Are we live? I think we're live. Maybe. Maybe. Hey, there it goes.
I see it on YouTube.
Okay, cool. That took a while. It's always
Not a good
fun.
sign.
Yeah. Hello, good evening. How's everyone doing? Welcome to Talking Heads, episode 434, your once-weekly live show for the latest in beer and tech news. I'm Jeff.
I'm Rett.
Welcome to the show, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining us on this Wednesday night or in podcast form over on Spotify or wherever your favorite podcasts are found. If you've never seen the show before, we talk beer, tech, servers, home lab, all manner of things that interest us. If I could think of the words tonight, that would be fantastic. We do drink alcohol on the show. If you're drinking along with us, alcoholic or not, let us know in the chat, and we'll give some early show shout-outs as we go along. Last but not least, if you'd like to take part in the super secret chat or the even more super secret after party, think about joining the Patreon. Link is down in the video description. As a bonus, you'll join the awesome collection of hosts that we have here on Talking Heads, as well as the even more awesome community that hangs out there throughout the week. It is genuinely a great time.
Indeed.
Welcome to the show. Rett, how you doing this evening?
I'm living the dream, Jeff. Living the dream. The midweek Wednesday night dream.
Yes.
Beers with the buds. All, 30 of you in chat right now. We about to have some fun.
We're going to have some fun. I was literally telling Rett 5 minutes ago, I don't want to go to work. I'm kind of tired. But we're going to manufacture some energy. It's going to be a good show. First off, let's get a beer in me. That sounds like the way to perk me up, right?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. This one, interestingly enough, was sent over by longtime friend of the channel and an occasional co-host here on the show, Zeus over at Home Lab Hazards. As it turns out, he spent the weekend hanging literally down in our area, and he bought me a couple of beers. Funny enough, from our area. So
Nice.
he picked me up a
Silver Falls, baby.
fantastic, this is one of my favorite local IPAs, Silver Falls Oregon Sunshine. It's a hazy IPA, 6.1%, Mosaic and Citra hops. Awesome, awesome beer. And then, funny enough, he also got me another Silver Falls. This one I've not had. I've not had their Lookout IPA.
Oh, yeah. Their Lookout's great. That's like their standard IPA.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one.
Usually
The
what
Oregon Sunshine is really good. I really like that one.
Yeah, usually what I see in stores is the Oregon Sunshine, and I've had that one a dozen times, if not more. And if I see it on the shelf, yeah, that's coming home with me. It's just a nice standard to have around. But I figured their Lookout was probably their standard, but I went, I've never recorded that before. Cool.
Yeah.
Let's
My
try
favorite
it.
by them is probably their Ranger Red. It's a red ale. It's really good.
Yes.
Really
Yeah.
malty. And then they've been dabbling in some like English style beers.
Ooh.
So they have some like I guess like English style like bitter beers. So it's like really like low ABV. It's like 3%, but it's like dark. It's really flavorful and very drinkable.
Was it another local brewery? San EM has been doing that lately as well. They've got a 2.8 ESB
nice.
on their draft menu right now. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, like, come on
Yeah,
board.
I'm on board. It's really fun.
Yeah.
And they've been doing a couple. They also had a beer that was on tap for Cinco de Mayo that was can't remember the name of it, but it was brewed to be like the ultimate taco pairing. It tasted kind of like tacos a little bit, you know.
Cool. Well, it's going to be a good show. I mean, prices are going up everywhere. I didn't even bother mentioning the Steam Deck prices going up to almost
really?
$1,000. Yeah. Oh, you didn't see that? Okay.
Wow, what does that mean for the Steam machine, dude? Wow, that's nuts.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm gonna just drink a dragon's milk tonight. So
Excellent choice. Excellent choice. Um, yeah, so they did away with a lot of their lower end models. Like they no longer sell the eMMC only model where you could just add SD cards and off you go.
interesting. Okay.
And so I think they also discontinued their 256 gig version. So right now you can get a 512 standard, a 512 OLED, or a 1 terabyte OLED. Before they went out of stock a couple of months ago, the 512 OLED I think was selling for 550. Pretty good deal. As far as a gaming handheld goes, all the first party support from Valve, all that kind of stuff. But we knew the price was probably going to increase both because of the 16 gigs of RAM it has on board as well as the 512 storage. Well, it went up $240. It is now $789. And the 1 terabyte is up from $649 to $949, a $300 increase. Yeah.
Well, you guys have phones, don't you? They play games.
Yeah. Back in my day, we played pickup sticks. That's what you just sounded like. But yeah,
Yeah, dude, that's a mess. And literally, like, I wonder what that means for the Steam Machine, which I know it was really aiming to be this competitively priced machine. And I know, like, it was probably wishful thinking to begin with. You know, I know that a lot of people were kind of like, oh, it's going to be in that $700 price range. I don't know where that price came from because I know that that was kind of a wishful thinking even when that was kind of floating around.
Yeah.
But that being said, it's not like Valve has put anything out there to make us think that it's was going to be something else.
I know. I mean, I had my prediction. I thought it was going to be about $900. I know LTT did a prediction. I think they calculated 770, so they said 799 because there's got to be some profit in there somewhere. Either way, that was still pre-memory Armageddon that we've been going through for our predictions. So, and yeah, $700 was Moore's prediction. Yeah. I don't think they're going to hit that price point.
What do you think it's going to be now?
I'd love to still say $899, $900. And it all depends on when they bought their memory, when they got their allocation, and what price they negotiated for it. I do not know, though. I know if it comes out for much over... If it breaks 4 digits for a base model, I don't know how popular it's actually going to be. And that's just from like a general consumer standpoint. I think you can sell a PC that is the same performance as like a PS5 for more than a PS5. I think people will be willing to spend more if they can see a larger games library, a wider games library, a cheaper games library, because you're not locked down to first party only purchases or things like that. Like, you can buy a PC and put whatever you want on it. Even in SteamOS, you can add Lutris, you can add the Epic Game Store, you can do all kinds of fun stuff to play whatever games from whatever library you want. I think people would be willing to spend $900 on that, simply for the out-of-box convenience of being able to buy a PC, be part of the ecosystem, and play their Steam library on a screen with nothing but a controller. I don't know if the general public is willing to spend $1,000 on it, though. That seems like a tall order. Oh, right. How did I... Someone even reminded me of this earlier today. Let's get sidetracked, shall we?
As if we haven't already been
Right.
sidetracked.
So quite a few months ago, I did a second look at a little product known as the BC250. The BC250 was a product from AMD that went to ASRock that were essentially PS5 APUs that didn't meet the specs to go into a PS5. And so they turned them into mining PCs. 16 gigs of RAM on board. And basically designed to run Linux and then run the compute section of the GPU. And I first looked at these like 3 years ago. And there was no such thing as a driver for the graphics that would work. These were not the unmodified PS5 APUs with 8 cores of Zen 3 or Zen 2 and 40 compute unit or 36 compute units of RDNA 2 graphics. These were 6-core models with 24 compute units, so significantly cut down. But you could pick them up under $100. Fast forward, the community got the BC250 working and actually got the driver package that they had built rolled into the Linux kernel. So you can install any distro you want as long as you have a modern kernel. And these will work as like pretty solid gaming machines. That increased their price to a little over $120, $140. But, you know, for somewhere between $200 and $250, you could 3D print yourself a case, add an NVMe drive to it, and you've got a pretty solid little Steam machine. Well, as the community tends to do, they go above and beyond. There's someone who decides to dig even deeper than anyone else has to into the silicon. And Doug Asko, I believe is how you pronounce that, released a package last week. Just straight up dropped this package. BC250 40CU unlock. That is exactly what that sounds like. That is turning your 24 compute unit RDNA 2 graphics card on the BC250 into the full unlocked 40 compute unit model. That's even faster and more cores than the PS5 because the PS5 bins that down to 36. So who's the cut down package now, Sony? This has resulted in between 20 and 60% improvements in game in game speed, in FPS.
Wow.
And it's free. Download it, run a one-line script, and your BC250 is now essentially a PS5.
What a deal.
Yeah. This was the talk of the BC250 community this last week because it just kind of works. There's a couple other people who are working on overclocking scripts to take advantage of the new compute units as well. Because you have to completely rethink the way you were balancing power in this APU before. But apparently they have a 125 watt unlock script that increases the performance from 95 watts up to 125 for the GPU section. And it just kind of works.
Nice.
Rett, we lost your video.
I don't know why this happens at the same time every week I'm on. Like, do you notice that?
Now that you mention it, yes.
Like, I don't know. Last time I had to freaking restart all the way, which I don't want to do because I have so many things open that I'm working on.
Yeah.
The ADHD struggle of like not being able to get work done unless it's just there.
Yeah.
A video. Oh.
Oh.
Let's see. If I stop video, what happens?
Okay.
What if I come back? It ain't looking good.
Nope.
Uh-oh. Zoom's gonna crash.
I feel it. I feel it coming.
Well, interesting. I didn't even say anything bad about anybody today.
Right. Yeah. Last week, that's right. It was Comcast coming after us or something like that. Or,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, I better just do the responsible thing and restart. And
all right. Well, we'll see you when you get back.
Enjoy
hopefully.
The show. You guys, hold them back from talking about Morrowind without me. I'll be right back. Maybe the leave button's not working.
You can't even control alt delete.
I'm trying.
Well, Morrowind, or formerly known as Residian, Veloth, Dunmer, and Dwerameth, is a province in the northeastern colony of Tamriel. It is divided into two main parts. The mainland is the island of Wardenfell, which are separated by the inner sea, and in 4E Solstheim was ceded to Morrowind by the Nordics. Of course, I don't know all this offhand. I'm just reading directly from the fandom wiki on Morrowind, just to see if I could tease Rett out of the glitch that he was in. But we're gonna have to wait for him to come back. Is his camera overheating? I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure what camera he's using. It didn't appear to be the camera that I gave him. Years ago, I handed Rett a Sony RX100 Mark V, I want to say. Little point-and-shoot camera, the precursor to the ZV-1. But shot 1080p video, did clean HDMI out. But it's a cool little, tiny pocket camera with like a 5x zoom lens on it. And it's done really well for him. I don't think he's ever had to really deal with the overheating issue. The overheating issue didn't become a thing until the RX100 Mark VII when they went to 4K, and that was also an issue with the ZV-1, was if you're HDMI out via 4K, you're using the entire sensor and you're heating that little body that has no active cooling in it. A little late. Censored Rett? No, Rhett's rebooting his PC. We'll see him if/when he rejoins. And normally I'd go to a full screen camera view, but HomeLab Hazards, the same Zeus that handed me off some beer this week, didn't make me a full screen border, so I could just have me on the show. All I have is the split screen view. So hopefully Rett gets back soon. Redacted Rett. Yes, redacted Rett. Too many Marion berries. Maybe it's a memory leak. No, it's actually not the memory leak. And in fact, Tom Lawrence and I did the show last week. YouTube Studio was up the entire time, never crashed. And what's funny is YouTube acknowledged that there was a memory leak with YouTube Studio just 2 weeks ago. So hopefully that's been fixed now. Oh, muted in full screen. See, there's a reason I don't use the full screen. Zeus says, dang it, gotta make you a full screen one, LMAO. Don't mean to call you out and belittle your wonderful work that you literally did because my old my pixel art attempt pissed you off so much. But I sincerely appreciate HomeLab Hazards designed the outlines, not just like the layout, but also did outlines for all of my guests. So he's got one for HomeLab Hazards, Tom Lawrence. I did the one for Honey Badger when he was on, but we've also got Chips and Cheese when Cheese is on. We've got Vince on here with the 3DFX and the Circuit Rewind. So yeah, fantastic work. And it's true, the scaling was rancid. Yeah. Getting this all to work was no small feat. And I've I've had to do template work on it even after to make sure scaling stays the same and do all this weird stuff with it. But, cheers for all the hard work you put into it. Cosworth says, Craft Computing, he could use a BC250 as a dedicated backup streaming PC. He could. I don't think he has a USB capture card. He's using the, oh gosh. Was I using the Elgato? I might have given him the Elgato. The 4K 60 Elgato PCI Express capture card. I think that's what he's running. Might also be a one of the AverMedia Live Gamer. I think he has the Live Gamer HD. That's what it is, because he didn't need 4K. Okay, I remember what hardware I gave him now. Today I learned the BC250 is still a thing. Thanks. Yeah. And he hasn't texted me, so I'm not sure if his reboot has been successful or not yet. We shall find out. What else can we talk about? Two Radeon MI50 32GB versus two MI100 32GB. Performance and cust. I'm not sure what cust. Let's see. MI50... And I don't remember the specs right offhand, so let's take a look. Radeon Instinct MI50 based on Vega 20, so that was large Vega 64 essentially with 3840 shader cores, 16 gigs of RAM. It is HBM2, it is nice and speedy. Versus the MI100. The MI100 was compute only, as you can see. Oops. As you can see here by the graphics features. So if you're looking for pure AI, you can definitely do like ROCm on the MI100. It will compile. You can run ROCm based code on there. If you're looking from like a graphics or a workstation standpoint, there is no contest because only the MI50 will work as a workstation card. Sports DirectX 12, OpenGL, all those goodies as well. I don't remember what the MI100 was. Direct comparison compute performance. Rip Rett PC, yeah. If he had Meteor, he wouldn't have this problem. Unfortunately, it was his PC that's having problems. His network was fine. Would I recommend the MSA2 at its current pricing with 64 gigs of RAM and the 9955HX CPU? I love the 9955HX CPU. I've gotten to play with that a couple of times. Good Lord, is that thing fast. Absolutely insane how fast that thing is.
Welcome back to the Rett Show.
Welcome back.
Lost my light. There we go.
There we go. All right. Cool.
Okay. Sorry, folks, but, freaking on restart, I blue screened, so that was exciting.
So we were just getting in after the fourth era that Solstheim was ceded to Morrowind by the Nords. Historically, the Dwemer and the Chimer inhabited Morrowind, but after those civilizations faded, the Dunmer, also known as the Dark Elves, took over Morrowind and acclimatized to it. So
the fourth era sucks, Jeff. What are you doing wasting everybody's time with fourth era garbage?
Would you prefer we go back to the Mythic era or the Merithic era and just start all over? Like how far back are we going, Rhett?
Did you just like pull up the wiki or something?
Yeah. We talking about the first council, the battle for Red Mountain? Come on, what are we doing here?
I'm like, Jeff's got some deep cuts here, you know?
Literally right after you got off, I said, yeah, I literally just brought up the wiki.
Well done.
As for the MI100 versus MI50 question, Jay in the chat has a little bit of experience. MI50 32 gigs seems to be still reasonably priced. MI100 about 1,000 for the same amount of VRAM, which is a tough sell to me. Yeah, and I had forgotten that the MI50 came with a 32 gig version as well, which definitely does change the equation. As I've stated before in a lot of like AI testing that I've done, most cards will run most models. It's just how long are you willing to wait? And there are some that are really efficient. There are some that fly through and just need enough space to run in memory. And so if you have enough cards and enough VRAM that you can throw at it, the models will run and they'll work. Will you wait 20 seconds for a response instead of 15? Yeah, but are you going to spend $200 or $1,000 on a video card? But yeah, thank you, Jay, for that reminder. Let's see. I interacted with some Linux users on Reddit, and good lord, do they hate it when people just don't like or put Linux on a pedestal. I have a video coming out, hopefully tomorrow. I've got a little bit of editing to finish up on it. But I, over the last month to 6 weeks, I think closer to 6 weeks now, we eliminated all Windows PCs from our house. Save for one. My sister still has a Windows PC that's just her own personal machine. Specifically because she has a couple games that require kernel level anti-cheat and haven't been figured out on Linux yet. But we have 3 PCs in our living room. We installed Bazite on them all. I've got obviously a Steam Deck and a 1X player, the F1 Pro. Those are both running SteamOS and Bazite respectively. My daughter has my Lenovo Legion Go 2, which is also running Bazite. My wife is running Linux for the first time. And I eliminated Windows from my workflow. I'm now 100% Mac OS on my workflow. There's been a lot of great things in Linux. There's a couple things that it still doesn't do right. And I don't necessarily point out a lot of things that I wasn't happy with in this video. This is more like a yes you can video. Yes, you can kick Windows to the curb. But I did mention in the video, hey, Linux community, you could learn a few things from this. And that was, my wife asked me, she was upgrading from Windows 10. And she said, do I have to install Windows 11? Or is there something else that I could do? I love you. But we talked about like, hey, some of your games may not work. A lot of them probably will though. Hey, some applications, if you rely on this, may not work. Outside of like Chrome, web browser, and gaming, what do you do? Like, how do you expect your computer to work? And she goes, honestly, that's about it. Like, I've got a couple other programs that I run, but it's mostly, will it play games and can I get on a web browser? And the web browsers, anything that happens inside of a web browser will work on any machine, period. But we talked about like, hey, some things are going to be different. But we got her set up on Linux. I got Chrome installed. We got Steam installed. We got her logged into both. And then I let her figure it out. Did I tell her she had to figure out if she wants to be KDE or GNOME right off the bat? No. Did I tell her don't use this software, it's stupid and it's closed source and Adobe hates you, you need to go use this software instead? No. Did I confuse her with decision paralysis over things that she doesn't understand or has no experience with? Of course not. She's a new user to a system, but she's not stupid. Like, it's okay that I was talking to my brother-in-law this weekend, and he goes, he's looking at getting off of Windows, and he goes, I'm very novice, but the other day I figured out a Python script that did this thing, and I was super excited. And he goes, and don't judge me, I'm still using Ubuntu. And I said, I don't judge anyone for that. Why would I judge you for using literally what's supposed to be the easiest point and click and most user accessible version of Linux? Why would I do that? Linux community needs to get out of their own ass sometimes and let people use their computers.
Just get out of your own ass, Linux community. Come on. Yeah, man. I think a lot these days about how I can get out of the Windows ecosystem. It's become something that I think about every time I sit down at my desktop anymore, because Windows is just in my way anymore, and it's
doesn't it feel like that,
dude? It's so frustrating, and it shouldn't be that way. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, and there's a lot of little things. It's just a lot of little things, right? It's not like, oh, there's one big glaring problem and like, yeah, naturally I need to move on. It's just like death by 1,000 cuts, and it just keeps getting in its own way and making me feel like I don't have like the snappiest system of all time. And it's like, I shouldn't be thinking that. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. So at the moment, I'm kind of stuck because I've committed so much of my professional life to, navigating on a Windows machine. And but I might take the baby step soon of trying to get onto an Apple device. We'll see. Every time I'm in Costco, I'm looking at a MacBook Pro or something, so which is shocking. I mean, you can go back and like watch, over 100 episodes of me on this show, where going back 10 years, where I'm like, Apple sucks. And now I'm like, well, I don't know, man. I'm at a Costco looking at a MacBook.
Rett disliked Apple so much he was blind to the fact that the first 100 episodes or so of Talking Heads were done on a Mac Pro.
I knew it was.
Yeah.
I was willing to let it go because I was like, well, this guy knows about computers, so it's fine. What am I going to do? Argue with the computer guy?
Yeah.
But, so many things that I liked to do and that I liked to work on and in my life are all tied to Windows, and my workflows are all tied to Windows, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how long that novelty lasts.
Yeah. It's just so funny though with people being so tribalistic about operating systems and user experience, and especially when it's the Linux community. Like, I understand like getting comfortable or being fluent in a particular language or workflow or visual style or whatever the case may be. You prefer Vim, I prefer Nano. Some people prefer Notepad+, and none of those are wrong answers. But the Linux ones are usually the people who are saying, I don't understand how anyone can possibly defend $1 billion, multinational conglomerate like Microsoft or Apple, and all the decisions they make are just to, get your money out of your wallet and keep you down and keep you locked into their ecosystem.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, can I try Linux? I've heard Ubuntu was pretty good. And they're like, Ubuntu's fucking stupid, man. Why would you even... Okay, cool. I guess I'll just stick with Windows.
See, and like when I was in high school, like all of my computer friends wanted to experiment with Ubuntu, but
Hmm.
like the question remained is that like even after all this like experimenting and all this type of stuff, I was like, well, what do you do with it? Oh, I just mess around. I'm like, all right, back to Windows at the LAN party, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Have you
If
tried
somebody
TuxCart? TuxCart's pretty neat.
it's just kind of funny, you know, and that was kind of the way things back then. It's like, you know, as me a typical I'm always the kind of guy that's like, well, what can I Oh God, I'm frozen again. Jesus Christ. We'll see how long this lasts. At least I have an image. Uh and a good one too. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Oh, just
Better than the one Cosworth was sending me in the chat. Um But where the hell was I? Oh yeah, well, you know, it's like I was always the type of guy that it's just like you get stuff to do what you need it to do, and you go. Like, especially when I was doing the game dev podcast back when I was doing Game Dev's
yeah,
Quest.
yeah.
Um, you know, people would be like, "Oh, I finally switched to Apple because it just works. It just does what you need it to." I'm like, "Well, you know, I put a lot of effort into getting Windows to do what I needed it to do, and also it's way cheaper." You know, that was kind of the go-to. Is like, it's just way cheaper.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You
Getting
know,
the crash report from Zoom now, so that's funny.
awesome, awesome.
I'll move that out of the way.
Right, exactly. uh, that used to happen to me all the time on Windows. Was Zoom would crash.
Yeah, here we are, right? Yeah,
And
exactly.
no, the really fun one was OBS would crash, and if you acknowledge the crash notification, it would then like fully cut out, and it would lock you out of using any of the hardware that you would previously use in an OBS session. So things like, I don't know, your microphone, your headphones, your capture card, like you could throw up images, but that's all you could do. So what I used to do is OBS crashed. Okay, we'll just take this notification and we'll just drag it out of the way here. And as long as I don't touch anything, it'll still work and it'll keep streaming. And it did. Every time.
See, and it's funny because it's like once you know that little gimmick and that workaround, it's like, well, is it broken? Like, you know, the old adage, like,
Yes,
don't
it is
fix
still
what's not
very
broken.
much broken. That's the problem.
I don't know, man. I've had cars that, you know, they still get me to and from work every day, even though I would never let another person drive them. Not out of anything other than like fear for their life, you know? Like, dude, I used to drive that Jeep to the studio,
Oh, yeah.
and it was a great rig, but towards the end of its life, it would stop shifting gears basically. And God, what did I have to do? Oh yeah, so and if I let the RPMs go down, then it would die. It would just die,
Yeah.
and everything would lock up. And so I would just have to drive with my foot partially on the accelerator the whole time. I'd be using the brake and the accelerator. And dude, I was going to and from work all the time that way. Probably wasn't safe at all, but
No. I have definitely had a couple of cars that I have done that with. And I mean, you know, the commute that I used to do where it was, 45 miles one way.
Yep.
And for a couple of years, I had a car that would like, baby, I hope it starts this morning.
Yeah,
And you're holding the accelerator and balancing your RPM somewhere
Yeah.
right around 1800. A little
Yeah, you don't
above
wanna
idle,
overdo it.
but yeah. Your clutch slips like mad, and so you every stop is okay. There it went. Okay, cool. Yeah. Had an 88 Dodge Dakota. That was a freaking blast to drive.
Everybody loves their Dakotas.
Yeah. I loved that Dakota. It was so good. It was the 88 Dakota Sport. It was a 2-door standard cab, bench seat, 5-speed, 4-wheel drive with low, with locking hubs on the front, manual locking hubs. So actually get out of your car and quarter turn the hubs in the front to lock the wheels. It was a 7-foot bed. It had a sport rack on it. And it was the 5.7? 5.4? I think it was a 5.4. 5.4 liter V8 Magnum. God, that thing was fun. Absolutely gutless. Like you hear, big block Mopar V8, you think, 300 horsepower, and we lost Rett again. You think Mopar, big power. No, I think the V8 from that era made like 170 horsepower. Absolute turd, but also so much fun to drive. Michael says 72 Plymouth Duster with a slant 6 manual everything. Yeah. I miss that truck simply because it was 100% manual everything. I've had quite a few cars like that. That there was not an automatic feature on that. And they were all wonderful. And all lived well longer than they probably should have. So hopefully Rett will rejoin eventually. Time to replace Rhett's photo with the Duras sisters. I haven't done that for a while. Let's see if I can get a good image of them downloaded here real quick. There we go. Oh, I like that one. Save image. There we go. Let's on the fly add this in. So we're going to add an image simply because it was requested. Where's image? There we go. Image. Let's go downloads. Why did you download as an AVIF file? What the heck is wrong with you? There we go. Much better. Cool. We're going to add that. We're going to drop it to the right level. Helps if I grab the right one. Why are we only partway behind the background? What in the world? I don't know. Oh, I know why. Gosh darn it. We'll get there eventually. Hold on. There's the background. Where'd the Duras sisters go? Gosh darn it. Why is this so difficult? Ah, there we go. There we go. Hey, we got it. Cool. Now we just have to crop them to fit. Let's see. This is, I'm sure, a great show, a great experience. Let's edit the transform. Let's cut. That's about perfect. Look at that. All right. Cool. We are now joined by the Duras sisters. Everyone happy? Cool. All right. Exuded says, had a 94 Hyundai Excel 5-speed manual hamster mobile. Was pretty to drive. Sucked not having factory AC though. Had a colleague of mine drive, I think it was a 98 Hyundai Excel. Same thing. The sloppiest 5-speed shifter you've ever held. Like, felt less mechanical and more like oatmeal. Moving that shifter around. 10 out of 10 show. Must see TV. Don't drink in OBS. Yeah, for those wondering, we whenever users used to pop off, we used to throw the Duras sisters up there. So at least we have a guest host of some kind. So, of course, now Zeus needs to make me another frame specifically for the Duras sisters, because now I'm 2 outlines short. So, perfect. These are the moments I live for. Glad I'm not disappointing anyone. All right. What else can we talk about today? We could talk about the down news while Rett is off. And that is, things are getting more expensive. Things are going to get a lot more expensive. Now that I think about this, I didn't even have to do all that. I could have literally just opened the Duras sisters in a full screen window on Rhett's screen, because he streams to his own monitor, and it would have done the same thing. I didn't have to add a layer. But I have the layer there now, so I can turn it on and off at will. Anyway. So TSMC announced earlier today that they plan on raising the price of their 3 nanometer manufacturing node by 15% in the second half of 2023. TSMC's Fab 18 facility is estimated to produce between 160 and 175,000 wafers this year. However, demand from clients continues to exceed market expectations, with no significant easing in order backlogs observed. Therefore, because they've literally filled out of their allocation, they are simply going to start charging you more because they can. And Guru Focus, as much as I love your reporting, this popping up literally every 30 seconds is pissing me off. Okay? I'm reading your reporting. I don't have ads blocked. I don't need to sign up for your newsletter, and if I click off of it, I would prefer it not to pop up again because I'm reading your article right now. So, but yeah. If you thought things were already expensive, well, early next year, parts are going to get even more expensive because they're going to be manufactured by TSMC, and they just raised prices by 15%. Why? Because they can. And it popped up again. That's how little time it took in between that.
Yeah.
Oh, are we back?
I'm on a completely different computer, but yes.
All right.
So,
you still look strangely like the Duras sisters.
well, I'm flattered.
Right.
Super hot. Super hot.
Do you think you're more a Lursa or a Bator? Like, could we do like a Sex and the City quiz real quick?
Yeah, Bator, for sure.
For sure, Bator. Okay. I like the confidence. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's real Bator energy you got there.
Yeah, what can I say? All right, so
in
cameras over here.
So in the
computers
fifth
over
era.
here. Oh, here we go. Put the wiki away. He's a dangerous man.
You know, you say the fourth era sucks, but no one talks about the Argonian invasion quite enough.
That wasn't in the fourth era, was it? That was a long time ago, Jeff.
Fourth era, the Red Year and the Argonian invasion.
All right, fine.
Love how you're questioning me when you know I'm reading off the wiki. There's a 0% chance I pull this out of my ass myself, okay?
I've got that overconfidence, I guess.
You're the perfect male podcaster.
Oh no, he's reached his final form. He's overconfident about things that he already knows a lot about, but it's still wrong.
Don't throw facts at me. uh
All right. So we're going to see if we can do this. I'm going to just have to get used to the things I need to be looking at opposite sides of the desk.
We were just talking about late stage capitalism and how TSMC is charging you 15% more. Why? Because they can. This has also led to some unrest within TSMC's employment ranks. Namely because TSMC has informed their employees they should be expecting a lower than average bonus this year. Which is interesting because their profit jumped 58% year over year.
Wow.
Yeah, we know we have contractual obligations to fulfill bonuses with our employment or with our employees. But, that was based on gosh, I'm not going to be able to afford that second yacht. There's so much uncertainty in the marketplace. We be bereft of giving our employees their rightly acquired bonuses. That was before we found out we made 60% more this year. So we're going to cut your bonuses. Why? Because we can. TSMC employees are responding by threatening a Samsung-style strike and walkout.
All right.
That's the good news in this situation. So Samsung employees, I guess, basically walked out, and they were gone for almost 2 weeks, costing the company some $20 billion in lost productivity. Samsung finally brought the workers back by signing a last-minute deal with their union, creating a record $26.6 billion performance-based bonus pool. The deal prevented a strike that would have cost Samsung upwards of $66 billion and further disrupted memory supply chains. And apparently TSMC didn't look at their neighbors to the north and think, that's never going to happen to us.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, you can look at the market and how backlogged everything is and how everything is on fire and realize that as a worker on the manufacturing line, that you have a lot more say in the global marketplace than they want you to think.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly.
This is all the more proof that you need that we don't need billionaires or or trillion-dollar corporations. They need us. They need workers. They need people to buy things.
Which are often the same people.
Which are intended to be the same people. They're always the same people. Yeah. Your money does talk. Tired of Amazon? Really simple. Stop shopping Amazon. Tired of Microsoft? It's really simple. Stop spending money with Microsoft.
I'm trying. I'm working on that one.
There are some you really can't avoid. There's Nestle. There's the food conglomerates. There's all those companies that we wish we didn't have to do business with, that we kind of do. At the same time, there's usually alternatives, but are they available in enough quantity? Who knows?
And are the alternatives just a sister or a umbrella company or a whatever?
Right.
I mean, this is the end game of late stage capitalism, is that everything is tightly connected. I mean, look at the web, it's not food, but look at the web of investments and behind the back handshaking that's going on with NVIDIA and all the AI stuff and everything. It's like everything is interconnected. So if you're not supporting one company, you might be inadvertently supporting another, or vice versa. And
Yeah.
it's not a lot of winning. Do what you can, obviously, but you know, Amazon was a pretty easy one to get rid of. You know, occasionally, if I really need something that I can't find anywhere else and it's a pinch, I can order from Amazon. But I don't have Amazon Prime anymore. I certainly don't order with the frequency that I did. I think like last year in 2025 we might have ordered like 2 items on Amazon,
Hmm.
compared to like the last 5 years combined. Like through the COVID era, I mean, I had those boxes showing up on my doorstep every day of the week,
Yeah.
every day of the week. So,
I'll say,
but
I still shop Amazon, mainly because convenience. Like
oh yeah,
as far as
oh yeah.
soul sucking, small business hating, it's a
Well,
sliding scale, and
look, everything, Picard said it, that life is an exception, and or an exercise in making exceptions, right? And
right,
for somebody in your position, it's hard to judge, so no shade. Everybody's got to do what they got to do. There's no ethical consumption, right?
right,
So,
right.
we do our part, and we try not to judge the people that can't, for one reason or another.
Yeah.
Uh,
I remember early on, one of the things that I kind of blew your mind with was we'd be in the studio and we'd hit like a work stoppage
Yeah.
point. And you're like, oh man, we really need this thing. Otherwise, like, and you go into
How are we
jury rig
gonna do
mode.
it?
Yeah, you go into jury
Yeah.
rig mode and you're like, man, I'm going to have to like get some baling wire and some sheet metal and some staples. And man, do you have
Yeah,
any duct
yeah.
tape? And I can make this work. I went, why are we gonna spend 3 hours doing this? Get on Amazon, spend $20. It'll be here in the morning. We'll do this tomorrow. Now, what was next on the list? And
Right? And that's what I was talking about with Windows, right?
Yeah.
That's the kind of Windows user I was. How do I get out the baling twine and the duct tape and get this to do the thing that I need it to do?
yeah,
And yeah, dude, I finally started adopting that mindset myself, where I'm just like, I'm like, I put in my time of jerry rigging everything to make my job work, to make my job easier. It's time to just like spend a little bit of money to then be able to get the thing out and make more money.
yeah,
you know?
yeah. It becomes an equation of what is your time worth, and oftentimes my time is worth more than $30 going to Amazon to have the thing on my porch the next morning, or
Yeah,
sometimes that afternoon.
Yeah. See, and that's the difference. I'm a guy who wasn't time poor until recently.
Yeah.
You know? I was the guy that's like, well, I could afford to give up some time in order to save some scratch and make more money at the back. Not anymore. Now I'm the time poor guy. And yeah, so that was mind blowing a little bit, and there was a couple times where, we'd order that thing and then we'd find the thing, like the next morning, like right as the other. It's like, well, now we got two. So
Yeah.
this won't happen again.
Now I have two. Now we know where they're at.
So that was fun. But yeah, I don't know how we got on here. Ethical consumption,
Yeah.
late stage capitalism.
Well, TSMC.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully that's not my microphone that's like humming. I hear a hum now all of a sudden, but
I don't hear it on this end. Of course, I'm half deaf at this point in my life, but hopefully it's just on your end. So,
yeah, could be.
Rizid says, I have trouble with the huge price disparity now with Amazon versus local store. $20 on Amazon versus $85 at the local store is tough to swallow sometimes. I feel the same way about a lot of things. And again, I had this conversation with my sister earlier this week about cost versus time versus inconvenience versus whatever else. I live 6 minutes away from an Ace Hardware. Ace Hardware is great because they're everywhere. They have the best selection of screws and fasteners that you'll find. Hashtag not sponsored. But if I need anything besides a fastener, if I need a drill bit, if I need a trowel, if I need a hose coupling, if I need a fitting for a piece of plumbing that exploded or whatever else, it's going to be 3 times as expensive to buy at Ace than it is at Home Depot or Lowe's. But I'm not shopping at Home Depot or Lowe's. Those are 25 to 30 minute drives away from me. If I can be down to my local Ace and back home before I could even get to the Home Depot, then it's no brainer. It makes sense to spend money at the smaller store. But
dude, that is a mindset that it's so shocking to me that we have to kind of like reinvent almost.
Yeah.
Because like, remember back, when we were teenagers or whatever it was, and our parents are all like, well, it's worth it to drive. For me, I grew up in a small rural town where, if you wanted to do your all-in-one shopping trip, you could go to Walmart. You could get what you needed all at Walmart. But it was going to be like an all-morning or all-afternoon event because you had to drive 30 or 40 minutes to get there.
Yeah.
And all this type of stuff. And meanwhile, like, my small rural town had a grocery store that went out of business because everybody was going to Walmart, because everybody was going somewhere else. And now it's funny because, like, I get a lot of crap for being the small town guy in my rural town where I'm like, well, they're like, well, why don't you just go to Costco? I'm like, because Safeway has it and I can walk there.
Yeah.
Because Ace has it and I can walk there.
Yeah.
I'm lucky that I got some pretty good stores that are right close to me, but there is the small town markup, there is that type of thing. But like, dude, now I'm the time poor guy, so maybe that's what I'm thinking about. But dude, I mean, especially if I can avoid the rush of a Walmart or the rush of a Costco or the rush of a Home Depot, why wouldn't I go to these other stores that I have? And if I don't, how long are these stores going to be here? Because my small town grocery store went away when I was in high school.
Yeah.
My small town had 3 gas stations, and then only one of them barely survived. It's like, imagine living in a small town that all of a sudden didn't have a gas station.
I mean, I lived in a small town without a gas station.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. And that's the thing. It's like, your small town was a little bit smaller than my small town, but man, you think about trying to save a buck, and all of a sudden you're giving up that convenience forever. Mm-hmm. And Amazon's not that way. Amazon is convenience, and Amazon is the price savings. But I don't know, man. I do miss the element of like going out and shopping for things, being able to see it with my eyeballs.
Yes.
Like one of the things I do at Ace all the time, I take a thing that I need to replace, and I go down there and I hold that thing up with the other thing that I might replace it with, and I'm like, is this the right one? Can't do that on Amazon.
They've got the aisles with all the fasteners with all the thread checkers, so you can see, is this not this size, or this bolt this size, or
100%. And the thing is that, like, if you're in my house, sometimes an Amazon purchase means that you were going to get this thing, and you get it, and you got the small version, and it works, but like a lampshade was one that we ordered a bunch in our house because we weren't looking at like the measurements or whatever. And so you're expecting to get a lampshade, but you get a lampshade.
Yeah.
Or you're expecting to get, whatever, a pillowcase, but you got a pillowcase. You're expecting to get whatever, but you got whatever. And so being able to go to the store, hold up the thing, look at the thing, touch the thing, make sure that you're getting the right one, that's an experience that I really don't want to sacrifice just yet.
Yeah. There's another thing about all this is recently my oldest was interested in getting into rock climbing. And we happen to have a rock gym
nice.
here in town. And so we're like, oh, what's a membership cost? What's her equipment going to be? Do we need to get her shoes? We need to get her, whatever materials or whatever else she needs. And my wife goes, yeah, I was thinking about taking her over there one day and talking to them, seeing what they recommend, and then we'll figure out what to get. And I said, well, if you go over there and you talk to them, buy from them. I know if they have like a tie-in deal, they only sell one brand. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah. You still went to go to see someone to get their expert opinion on what you should buy. Spend your money there.
Yeah. And not
it's going to cost us $40 more. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because I want them to be there.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other, like, dude, I got a kiddo doing sports or whatever, and I went to Dick's Sporting Goods, and it's like, they don't even got shoes on the sales floor anymore.
Yeah.
You got to go to a kiosk and push it, and then a rep will walk it out from the back room to you.
Mm-hmm.
You can't look at the styles, vibe with the styles. No, you gotta look at a kiosk,
Yep.
an iPad or something, and push the button. And then, the other worst part is like, okay, you're like, well, we're gonna shop and find the shoes that we like, but then you put it in the kiosk, like what size you are, what sport you're doing, whatever, and then there's only one type of shoe that they have in stock that works, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Which is like, I guess that could happen even if you were shopping, but I kind of miss the experience of like looking through, finding the style you're vibing with, and then trying to find the size, like your
Right.
Dick's Sporting Goods. Why don't you have all the sizes? I don't know, man.
Right.
It was just such a weird experience. It really, really turned me off a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh,
No,
anyway.
it's late stage capitalism, man. It sucks.
And now you see the Plex lifetime cost is going up
Yes.
to like was it $700 or no? Or was it 200?
750.
Yes.
Yeah.
God. Which, like, get your bag. But what they're telling you is that, like, well, we want to be a subscription service. And I'm
yeah.
tired of subscription services, man.
Yeah. Do you know why I hosted all my own movies and DVD collection? It's so I don't have to pay for a subscription service.
Yeah. Dude, I saw some BS propaganda on, God, I wish I could remember the site it was, but it was like, now that I've digitized my Blu-rays, what use do I have for the physical media? And I'm like, you fool! You absolute fool!
You've fallen victim to one of the classic blunders.
Dude, seriously. And I get that I'm kind of like, okay, here's this old-fashioned guy who's like, I'm totally back into the real media. Oh, did we talk about this last time? Cassette tapes?
Probably. That rings a bell. Yeah.
Anybody in chat, did we talk about cassette tapes and how I was... Anyway, I ordered cassette tapes.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
Those are on
Specifically,
the way.
we talked about this. Yes.
Yeah. So cassette tapes for my band are on the way, and they were pretty affordable. I'm pretty impressed. They were like $3.50 a tape or something like that. So
Nice.
that's like not that bad. You know what I mean? I could almost give them away for that price.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It was kind of fun. Got to design my own J card, like the cover and everything. Got to pick like the colors of the tape, the colors of the case.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun. Like, I see why people used to live this way.
Yeah.
What do you get on Spotify that's like that anymore? It's like, okay, you can't even like search bands by discography very well on Spotify. It's just like they just want you to use their streaming, their radio function, playlist function. They don't want you listening to music. They just want you consuming music.
Right. Yeah,
So, anyway.
I have similar gripes with, I don't have Spotify, but I do have YouTube Music because I pay for YouTube Premium.
Right.
I'm constantly watching YouTube here in the studio, with whatever I'm doing, and I get YouTube Music because of that. So I'm not going to spend money on Spotify when I'm already spending the money, so I'm just going to use it. What I find aggravating as hell is exactly that, is looking up, and I usually vibe with like an artist or a style at one given time, and so I like being able to put on an album and just vibe and just let that album go. I don't want the vibe to change. I don't want the feel to change. I'm listening to it while I work. I want to be in that zone, and that helps keep that going for me. What drives me nuts about YouTube is twofold. Number one is, unless you specifically go to the artist page, click on the exact album you want to listen to, and then click on the album to start. If you click on a track, it'll just dump you into the algorithm. And so it'll immediately spit you into another artist or another, hey, you liked this song. Maybe you like this one by another artist.
Right.
No, that's not what I was doing. Number two is, God forbid, a popular song that's being pushed right now shows up on your feed and you don't skip it or downvote it or say, don't recommend this again or whatever else.
Dude, dude.
It will show up on your feed like absolute crazy. If you look up a song simply to listen to it once, go, oh, what was that song by this person?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay. You listen to it once? Cool. Here's their entire discography that is now going to interrupt all of your playlists.
And YouTube is really bad for this. Like, I don't know if it's like they're trying to like tweak it to really fit that like TikTok algorithm or something.
It feels like that, yes.
But it is so bad, dude. Like, if a like even on Shorts, which I'm admittedly I'm a YouTube Shorts guy.
So am I now.
It's
I
like,
hate it, but I am.
Yeah, but it's like, dude, you scroll a couple Shorts, and if like one comes up, and you're like, what is this about? And you're trying to get the feel for it, and you don't skip it fast enough. Good luck, dude. Your next hour of Shorts enjoyment is going to be littered with videos.
It's going to be 25% that. Yeah.
It's so frustrating. And all you were trying to do was understand what the video was even about.
Yep.
And, man, it's gotten really bad. It's gotten really bad. And that's the thing. Yeah, just with the way it all works. Like, remember when Pandora came out, we were all, like, so enamored with this, like, algorithm that could like kind of curate a playlist of stuff that you never
I just
heard.
Recently canceled my Pandora subscription.
Wow,
I had a grandfathered $3 plan that I didn't want to die, and I had that thing since like 2012, and I just let it kick around because it's only $3, and recently I'm like I haven't logged into this thing. I actually used it like last year a little bit. But it's changed so much. I'm like, I'm never going to use this like full time. Yeah.
I don't blame you, dude. But remember, like, we were all enamored with it. It was this like cool and unique thing. And then when every single way to enjoy music followed suit of that, it was just a complete and total loss. And on like one hand, on one hand, I think there's a lot of music that has kind of like survived into the modern age because of these platforms, and that's really cool, but on the other hand, dude, it's gotten out of hand, and Spotify's the worst offender. They fill their playlists and everything with AI generated garbage, and it's like it's like, how do we capture as much of this market as possible? And it's and it's not about a good experience anymore. It's literally just about the bottom line. It sucks so much. It sucks so much. And I know lots of people are always trying to figure out ways where to go with their subscription service and all this type of stuff. Y'all heard me been talking about it. I'm getting off as many subscriptions as I possibly can. I'm done. Yep. Luckily, I was the guy that saved all of my music for all of my life, and so I've got all of my CDs, I've got all of my digital music. I'm buying my digital music again in a DRM-free format where I can control it and do whatever I want. And same thing with other media if I can help it. I mean, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Well...
So that's late stage capitalism, and we still have more news.
Yeah. There might be some good news on the budget gaming front for PC users, and that is AMD is reportedly preparing an RX 9050 8GB card.
Not enough.
More cores, more rasterization cores than the 9060 XT that sits above it. This is an interesting one. 9050 uses 2048 cores on the same exact GPU die, but lower clock speed than the 9060 XT. And we have that down here on this list right here. So here's the 9060 XT and the 9060 as they exist, both based on the Navi 44 GPU die. You can see 2048 processing cores and 1792 processing cores. The 9050 is also expected to have 2048 processing cores, but at up to a significant drop in boost clock performance. So down from 3 gigahertz to about 2.6, possibly even lower. But the rest of this card is kind of the same. 8 gigabytes, 128-bit bus, 288 gigabytes per second, same as the 9060 above it. We obviously don't have pricing yet. We have no, like, where is this going to enter the market? Man, if this enters at $199, what does the 9060 go for right now? I haven't even looked for a while. 9060 XT, $359. Let's just see what Newegg has. RX 9060. Lowest price. The XT is the only one on sale. So $359 bottom price. Okay, so $199 is unrealistic. $249. Like, could we get a budget card? Could we get something that we can actually afford on a budget, please?
No.
That'd be fantastic.
Sorry, it's not allowed.
Zeus for $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Says, if I really like an artist, the best compliment I can bestow is buying their album as a FLAC or physical media. Yes.
100%. 100%. Dude, I went to a concert on Saturday. Not to derail us from the tech news. I went to a concert on Saturday. I saw this band called The Scratch. Holy crap. Never heard of them, never seen them. Went because my buddy really likes them. And wow, they blew my mind. Like an Irish band. Anyway, point being is that the opener was a band called Doug, D-U-G, another Irish band. It was like an acoustic guitar and a banjo, and they sang some songs. And holy crap, dude, I left there. I had to go buy their vinyl. Well, left there. I walked to the back of the store, bought their vinyl and a shirt, and had a great time. Fantastic concert. Not a bad way to spend a Saturday night.
Nice. So I did look it up. The non-XT RX 9060 MSRP is $259. So $199 may not be out of play for a 9050 or a 9050. I'd be all right with that. Would definitely be all right with that.
Mike is saying that he has too many CDs to burn manually. That's a job for an AI robot. He can't wait for that. Mike can only listen to one CD at a time. I suggest you just put them in a CD player and enjoy your life.
You don't need
Don't bring AI into this.
You don't need an AI robot. They literally make multi-disc burners and auto switchers. Like that's already a thing. That's been a thing for 25 years.
Or again, just put them into a CD player, man. If you don't want to burn them, don't burn them.
Let's see what else we have. Oh, this one cropped up actually last week in my feed, and
oh yeah,
this looked so illegitimate. Like, you ever shop on like Temu or Taobao was another one, Wish, and you see like something from like Samsung or Beats or Panasonic or something like that.
Right,
and it's like a bubble pack $5 pair of headphones, and they're like Sony headphones, and you're like,
right?
No, they're not. This popped up on my feed about a week ago, and it was a Lenovo Linux handheld PC, and I went, the f*** it is. This is just someone putting a brand onto a dirt cheap, run-of-the-mill product. Yeah, Samsung.
Yeah. You get your bag, and then before they can stop you from using the Lenovo name or whatever, you're gone.
Sonya. was one that I've seen before.
Yeah, Sonya. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen all the old like audio equipment and audiophile knockoffs before, but this to me, I saw this picture, I saw the AliExpress listing, and I'm like, there's no way this is a Lenovo product. Like, this is just so stupid. Turns out, this is a Lenovo product.
Nice.
Or at least one that some Chinese manufacturer bought naming rights for, but official naming rights from Lenovo, so much so that this handheld is on Lenovo's Chinese homepage.
Wow. Wow.
This handheld Linux PC runs a Rockchip RK3326, and goes for just $73.
Nice.
It also comes with an SD card with purportedly thousands of illegal dumped ROMs.
Nice. Sign me up.
It is known as the Lenovo G02. It is only intended for Chinese markets. However, if you shop in a Chinese marketplace, you can buy one of these. But
I love that G02 is like trying to go like the go-to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're trying to land in that zone of
the Lenovo Legion Go 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the Lenovo G02. RK3326 CPU. Not even that impressive of a chip. 1 gigabyte of RAM, and featuring a 4.5-inch IPS display with a resolution of 1024 by 768, so a proper 4:3. I actually don't exactly hate that.
Me neither.
It is...
By the time they bring it back.
Yeah, supposedly aimed at retro being 8-bit all the way through 64-bit computing, so Nintendo 64, PlayStation 1, possibly some early GameCube. Which, for all intents and purposes, I think it might be able to do. You might be sorely missing triggers and analog buttons, or analog sticks on this. It only has one analog stick. So definitely consider this more of a, retro platformer game more than a 3D emulation juggernaut. But...
Well, what are you talking about? You can use the D-pad right there for, strafing, thumbstick for aiming. You're good to go, dude.
And then just stop moving at all so you can press a trigger button that happens to be your face button.
You just got to adjust your grip. You're not being creative.
Are we?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, we're playing Tetris now. That's what we're doing.
I was kind of thinking a little bit more of like a sideways grip.
I would go direction. I would go direction up here. I would go joystick down here, and then I'd ABXY over here.
Oh, that's nuts.
So
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sure the best meta will quickly rise to the top.
I'm sure. I'm sure this is going to be the new hot handheld to have, without a doubt.
I can tell.
So it was discovered that these were including memory cards that were laden with illegal ROM dumps. Lenovo does not condone or authorize the installation or distribution of any unauthorized or infringing content on its devices, the company added in a statement. Lenovo is currently reviewing reports regarding the sale of devices with preloaded software by third-party vendors and will take appropriate action as necessary. So this was, without a doubt, 100% an OEM approached Lenovo and said, hey, we want to put your name on a product. Would you put this on your website? And they went, oh, yeah, absolutely. What do we get? 40% of net? And they went, yeah, something like that. Like, okay, cool. And this was a cash grab. 100% a cash grab.
Nice. Dude, we should see what else Lenovo will agree to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sensing a business opportunity here.
Maybe a Lenovo endorsed and branded pint glass or something. Like,
there you go. Yeah. I'm gonna get him on the horn.
Yeah.
There's no way it comes with ROMs, right? Is there a way we could encode some ROMs in the laser etching?
How much data could we fit to be machine readable in a laser etch on a glass? That's kind of what I want to know. Not with the lasers that I have, mind you. Like, mine will do surface etching, and I can get some text on there. Like, you know, we've obviously got the Code Rain glasses. This is about the highest density that you could achieve.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm actually kind of curious how much data you could fit in here if this was just like a straight hex read, like a straight hex file.
Bet we might surprise ourselves.
Well, 8 bytes to 1 bit, and I have the original file for this glass. I could look up how many individual characters, lines, and spaces there were, and we could get a bit readout.
Is there a way to do it without characters? Because my mind is automatically thinking about like how they used to etch like wax rings, right? Now, obviously, that's sound. There's a particular way that you get out of that.
That's analog encoding. That is definitely something different. That was based on the vibration. But you're right. There is a lot of information inside of that.
They're using lasers to, like, detect sounds through images, right? So maybe you etch it in a certain way. It could be read a certain way.
Old Poi points out if we use QR codes, could be more than we think. Yes, QR codes can hold quite a bit of data.
How did CDs work?
CDs were essentially binary etched into patterns on a reflective surface. And so a laser would go up and read either a 0 or a 1 and bounce back with that stream of data through that. Blu-rays are 2 or 4 layer discs. So you get 4 layers on the up and 3 layers on the down because your bottom is still a reflective layer.
Right.
So you could do 7 bits in one pass instead of 2 bits in one pass.
Come on, there's got to be a way to do that with a glass.
Yes, there is. You can etch top and bottom surfaces with a laser with a refined enough focus point and pinpoint precision. Yes, mine does not have that. Mine has the focusing point of like 1.5 millimeters thick. Like, that's my focus point. So I don't have the fidelity to be able to etch the top and the bottom individually.
Come on, we can't, like...
I have laser cut QR codes before. Not in glass, but into metal. And got them readable. So...
How much data can you store in a QR code?
Quite a bit. I actually looked this up. QR code data size. A QR code holds a maximum of 2,953 bytes of binary data, which translates to 7,089 numeric digits, which is a higher concentration that's even on this glass. This doesn't have 7,100 digits on it. However, we are a little bit different in this use case because this is the matrix code, which also includes Japanese symbols in it as well as hex data. And so we're not working with a 14-bit library. We're working, and in fact, this is the entire alpha set for Roman numerals as well. And so we've got 26 plus the Japanese alphabet plus numbers, plus symbols. There's plus, minus, divide, hash, all kinds of stuff in here. So you would need an interpreter to decode this, what is likely over 100 character per set. You would need to convert all these individual characters into a hex or a binary to be able to pull data off of it. But in theory, as long as your bits fit within the 100 bytes of data you could fit into a single character, quite a bit.
Interesting. Like how into this everybody is. People all got their own ideas.
Hiragana and katakana each have 46 basic characters.
Well, it depends on if that's even what's imprinted on the glass.
Right.
Or whatever.
You can also
It could be like a
we could also
kanji
include kanji.
character.
Right. We could also include kanji, which is potentially thousands of characters. Now, each of
Right.
those characters would have to have its own individual binary output, and your binary reading of that code would need to be able to interpret that, and your code would have to fit the binary makeup of whatever characters you did. But we're talking about like a new hashing system, essentially. See Matt KC? Love Matt KC. No Klingon on the glass that you know of or that you found. So yeah, why not just do binary on the glass? It has to be more dense than any letter picture. Actually, completely the opposite, because these individual characters would be 1 byte. The bits that make that up would be the binary output. And so if you translate hexadecimal, hexadecimal is what, 16 characters, and each hexadecimal individual character is made up of 8 individual bytes. So a 2-bit hexadecimal is a 32-byte instruction. Or 32-bit instruction, excuse me. So very similar here, but we'd be talking about a new bit structure. We wouldn't be talking about even 64-bit. We'd be talking, if we go alphanumeric Roman, kanji, katakana, hanji, would be potentially thousands of individual characters. But you'd need an interpreter that could read, and a code that would match.
See, Green's got the right idea. He's asking all the right questions. I'm
Yeah.
sensing a new business opportunity for craftcomputing.store. Everybody wants their ROMs. How can we make this happen?
Could I distribute Mario on a glass? That'd be freaking funny.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Could I fit the Mario NES ROM onto a stone coaster?
The natural pinnacle of this is getting Doom on it at some point.
You're not wrong. What is the smallest version of Doom?
I mean, for God's sake, they've got it running on.
And I'm not talking about the ones that were like, we recreated a version of Doom that was inspired by Doom and has no textures. It's a wireframe animation, but it runs entirely within a QR code. I've seen that before. What I want to know is, what's the smallest version of Doom? The original files, original textures, or you can compress them, that's fine. What is the smallest confined space that I could fit the original Doom files in, and can I encode that into 4 QR codes that I can print out onto a coaster and then distribute the coaster, you take a picture of it, and then run the file? That's what I want.
Bet you could. The Doom demo. Okay, people are thinking outside the box.
Tastes like our princesses in another castle. Right. Holland says in the Discord chat, we need a rant alert glass.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, dude. It's got to glow red under the light of fluorescence.
Supposedly there's a squashware version of Doom, which is a highly compressed version of the Doom 1 WAD. That is 792 kilobytes. If you want just level 1, it's 336 kilobytes. So between a binary and a 336 kilobyte level 1, 582 if you don't want if you want the full Doom without sound. You could do 582 for the entire first wave. Yeah. What could I get away with distributing? Literally on the most hardware encoded piece of technology available. Back in my day, we used to etch our games onto stone coasters with lasers.
Well, what's kind of fun about that is it has like a super cool, like, alternative bent to it. Like,
Yeah.
I think like this really makes me think about how, like, during the Soviet Union, they had this printing culture, and I can't remember the name of it, but they would distribute entire books by essentially somebody would get a copy of something and they would copy it down onto carbon paper.
Yeah.
But they got to keep a copy, and then they could give that copy to another person, and then they would copy it onto carbon paper, and then they could give it. And so people were copying entire books and entire things with carbon paper because Xerox machines were so tightly controlled by the Soviet Union.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and hey, printing machines are completely traceable here in the United States as well. So, you know, if you want to think about ways to get stuff out there, you know, print, like, encoding games into glassware or coasters, or it doesn't even have to be games,
right?
You know, when you're really getting down into the nitty gritty of it, it could be anything.
It could be a clippy PNG for all I care. Like,
right. Well, shoot, you're thinking about it like the Soviet Union. You could encode like a freaking secret newspaper into this stuff or something. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, there's something neat about this idea. I don't know what it is, but
it feels fun. I think that's...
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. In a world where Windows wants to get in your way and ruin your life, and Chrome wants to have a 4 gigabyte Gemini package installed.
I have fully thought about doing like a Rickroll QR code on a stone coaster as some like practical education about don't scan random QR codes, you idiots.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Like a physical Rickroll. I think that'd be hilarious. So you could have like some coasters at your house and give them out to your guests and like, oh, it's a QR code. I wonder what that is. And never going to give you up starts playing. Like, maybe you shouldn't scan random QR codes that you find out in the wild.
Yeah. Classic. Yeah, there's something fun about this.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can say that it's novel, but it's certainly really fun.
What's funny is I thought we had peaked with my my beer floppy coasters.
Yeah. Not even close, Jeff. We got a lot more ideas. We got another 434 episodes of ideas.
Yeah, for those who haven't seen them, I sell these on craftcomputing.store. It is my beer installation disc. You get a pair of them for $12. That was a lot of fun to design. And I designed that simply because Vince ticked me off one day, and the fact that I haven't put a Doom disc on my store. So Circuit Rewind got a version of this coaster that is a little bit more copyright infringing. Jack Sparrow sends over $5. The true end game is to put ROMs on glasses and the emulator on the coaster. Decode both to play. Like I said, like, it's not unreasonable that I could put 4, maybe even 16 QR codes onto a coaster. And with 4 coasters in a set, that's 64 QR codes that I could fit into one set of coasters. What was a QR code size again?
2.95 kilobytes, I think somebody said.
2,953 bytes of binary data. So it's not that much.
So, this is going to sound like a really naive question, but like,
Yeah.
you know, if we could do all this, if you can put so much data into a QR code, why is the primary use that we see with them like directing you to a website?
At 4 coasters with 16 QR codes each, we're talking about 23.6 kilobytes of data.
That's perfect. What more do you need? That's a ton.
Sorry, no, that 2,953 bytes, it was already in bytes. I was thinking bits for some reason. So 2,953 bytes of data times 64, 187 kilobytes.
There you go, dude.
Is what we could fit onto 4 coasters. Yeah, 2 kilobyte per QR. If we did 64 of those, we could fit just shy of 188 kilobytes. That might be enough. That'd be more than enough for like a version of like Nesticle or Nestor and the Mario ROM as raw files.
There you go.
I think it would be. Do I do an NES incriminating ROM file as a collection of QR codes? So treat each coaster like a 286 era floppy. Significantly less than that. We'd be talking 270 kilobytes per, or 240 kilobytes per floppy. My collection of 64 QR codes is still only 188 kilobytes, so significantly less, 2/3 as much. But I bet I could fit a, like Jack Sparrow was saying, I bet I could fit an emulator and a ROM on 4 floppy disks, or on 4 coasters.
Coasters. Worth a shot, dude.
LOL, Nintendo lawyers are like, the fuck? How do we even enforce this? Technically, it would be information being distributed, but I think the novelty of it would override and maybe even take the form of artistic expression for fair use under Commons law. That might be fun to look into. How would we actually do that?
I love how excited you are about this. This is a great idea. This is a great idea.
It's a stupid idea, but it sounds like a lot of fun.
You know what you really ought to do now at this point is like, you know, because I was just asking about the common usage of QR codes, which is to just point you at a website, right? Point you at a link. You could sell coasters with QR codes that link to private or unlisted videos, and people could get completely exclusive craft computing videos or messages.
I mean,
but then I guess I could just distribute them online afterwards. But
double-sided coasters, remember to notch them. For the rest of Mario, please flip this coaster over to side B. Yes. By the way, so we started off the show talking about the Silver Falls
Lookout IPA.
Yeah. I didn't mention that I was pouring it, and I just kind of went from one red into the other. The thought that was on my brain was, I'm going to be really disappointed if this is just the not hazy version of Oregon Sunshine. Like,
right.
From a lot of perspectives, it makes sense to have a standard IPA or a standard brew and then do a lot of things with it. We see this all the time with breweries, where Fort George is one that I often point to. They have, like, their Vortex IPA. And then they have 12 versions of Vortex and collaborations and things that they make, but it's the same base beer. And for some things, that makes a lot of sense. Other times, I want to see what different styles that you can do that aren't just the same thing, the same one thing that you came up with. And look out, drastically different flavor, completely different profile. This reminds me of like an English pale that's cranked up just a little bit. It's cranked up in intensity a little bit. Where it's not necessarily the West Coast flavors that are coming through. It's a little bit more earthier than that. The Oregon Sunshine, I got a lot of citrus. I got a lot of that orange punch right up front. It's almost mango-like at times.
Yeah.
It's really delicious. Really bright, refreshing, hazy IPA. This one, Nugget, Amarillo, Cascade, Idaho 7, Mosaic, and Cashmere hops. All fully West Coast hops. But this almost tastes like not even an East Coast, but an English pale that's been cranked up from 4 to 6.5%. It's got a lot of those deeper, richer, more bitter flavors. Like I said, much more earthy. I like it. Like that a lot.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. Anybody who gets a chance to get to Silver Falls Brewery, highly recommend it.
Mm-hmm.
Pair it with a hike at Silver Falls. You can't go wrong. You know? So.
Yes, indeed.
Because the best, like the beers that they can and sell are great. The beers that they have on tap in the brewery, even better. So.
Jay sends over a $5 super chat. Rett, come on, you can't just say, in a world, without doing the voice.
In a world. I can't even remember what I was saying. I was definitely trash talking.
Yeah.
Something.
Look,
but I did say, in a world.
No one could ever replace Don LaFontaine. Number one, that is, among epic names, that's top 10. Like... Don LaFontaine is the in a world guy. Now, unfortunately, he passed away. Gosh, this has got to be close to a decade ago now. But you're absolutely right. No one can hear in a world without thinking of his voice still. So, thank you. Green chimes in with $5. Thank you again, Green. We need an NES homebrew version of Tapper themed after your channel, Jeff. Yeah, maybe we do. Like a ROM or an emulator distribution and a modded ROM file that we distribute in binary. Because again, if we can compress, the NES Mario down to 8 kilobytes, we've got more than enough for that in like 3 QR codes.
Right. Yeah.
At almost 3 kilobytes each. So, yeah, maybe there's a way we can. Don LaFontaine is up there with craft computing. Oh, come on. I've heard my voice. I've heard my voice more than you guys have heard your voices.
He said Jeffrey Computing.
Jeffrey Computing, yes. It's Jeffrey Craft, thank you.
Which isn't your name like Matt now or something, or
is it?
According to AI.
Oh, right, yeah. I don't even remember what that was.
I'll tell you what it was.
Hold on. It's on my Discord profile.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to
James
say.
Miller, a.k.a. Mikey.
Mikey! Not Matt. How did they get Mikey from James Miller?
Because it said Mikey. When at first I asked, are you familiar with Craft Computing? Oh, yeah. No, it's run by Mikey. And I went, I don't know if that's right. And it goes, oh, you're totally right. It's run by James Miller, a former software engineer, and founded Craft Computing in 2020, which I find dubious since I've been doing this since 2017. We have 434 episodes for crying out loud.
Stupid AI. How could I trust it to rip my CDs?
Right?
Never.
Right. One more story to talk about. Bamboo Labs is backtracking a bit. Good. So Tom and I talked briefly about this at the end of last week's episode. And that Bamboo Labs has kind of stepped in it. So it started off with Pal Yarshek distributing a fork of Bamboo's slicer program, which is based on Orca, which is based on Persia, which is based on Slicer with a 3. They sent a cease and desist to him. Now, what his custom version of the Slicer did was allow you to interact with Bamboo's online services by bypassing the network driver component. And Bamboo accused him of hacking and reverse engineering and all of this other stuff. If you read the AGPL license requirements, it turns out that if you base your code on another open source project, which is also AGPL licensed, not only can you not deny forks or engineering of your code base, but you also have to include all versions of the code base that predated you. And if you add anything to it, you also have to open source that. Turns out the Bamboo network component, which is a requirement for interacting with Bamboo's online service, is based on the Slicer code, which means it has to be open sourced, which Bamboo hasn't done. The other thing is they had removed the previous networking interface from the Slicer, which they are also not allowed to do. So what started as a cease and desist from Bamboo towards an independent developer who simply wanted to use his 3D printer with their online service, but without requiring login or anything like that, turned into the ultimate Uno reverse card of the Software License Foundation, or Software Freedom Conservancy, which manages AGPL v3 licensure, saying, hey, Bamboo, you're out of compliance. You need to fix that.
Go figure. And?
So Bamboo's no longer enforcing their cease and desist or threatening legal action.
Okay, excellent.
And the SFC is not happy. So again, that's the Software Freedom Conservancy. The SFC clearly stated on their website, quote, Bamboo demanded that PAL remove the fork of Orca Slicer with these changes from GitHub. Bamboo falsely claims their terms of service override the AGPL, along with other specious claims. Bamboo's scare tactics against PAL constitute a violation of AGPL v3, which has a subclause stating you may not impose further restrictions or on the exercise of the rights granted or affirmed under the licenses. Furthermore, the SFC stated, the recent aggressive behavior towards PAL Yarshik was the last straw for us. We have decided to launch a multi-pronged effort that will assist consumers and users in the short term and also work toward a long-term strategy to improve the software right to repair for all 3D printer consumers. So Bamboo Lab, for its part, by the way, this is all from notebookcheck.com, just to give them fair credit for these statements. Bamboo Lab, for its part, folded under pressure and backtracked, stating, we nonetheless regret that our reference to terms of service, legal context, and a potential CND understandably came across as a legal threat. Well, yeah, that's what a CND is. It is a cease and desist under threat of legal action. That's the definition of a CND, Bamboo Lab. I don't know if you understood that. That was not the outcome we wanted. Except it was. So, yeah. Hopefully, this reins in Bamboo Lab a bit. I will still say I hadn't planned on selling my Bamboo printers because they serve the purpose, and the purpose is to run as a business. And I've never used my printers online. They exist completely offline. I don't use the Smart app. You can still connect in LAN mode via Bamboo Studio to the printer, and send your print jobs over there, and even view the camera feed just from the desktop app, not the mobile app. Works great for me. That being said, I totally despise Bamboo being so uppity about their position and taking advantage of open source development that predated them to enforce terms that are against the license agreement. So there you go.
Boom.
Really curious to see where this goes, and if the SFC has the actual legal might to force Bamboo into compliance, because this is not just Bamboo distributing new code under the old license and saying you have to connect to us, you have to use our service, you have to log in, you have to do all this stuff. It's also the removal of old code that allowed users to use whatever software they wanted to interact with the printers. So there's kind of a two-pronged thing here. Is Bamboo allowed to offer new code which connects you to their servers and not open source it? And are they allowed to remove the network component from their printers, which is all based on open source, and their slicer, which is all based on open source, without providing source or workarounds for users in the first place? So I think Bamboo loses both of those. But we'll see what the legal system actually decides. Or if a side caves. So far, it seems that Bamboo understands that they have screwed up. And hopefully good things come out of this.
Fingers crossed.
All right. How was your dragon's milk tonight, sir?
It was good, man. Yeah, I drank the whole thing dry. I was thinking about getting another one, but I was kind of vibing on that, so didn't want to overdo it. I got a couple more for next time.
One dragon's milk is a good night. Two dragon's milks can be either a great night or a terrible night.
Yeah, exactly.
And lead to a terrible morning.
And I'm not a gambling man, so
yeah.
I'm not a gambling man. I'll leave it at one. But it was really good. Glad I picked up a couple of those.
Always a good time. Now you got to try a Braithorn brew.
Yeah, I do.
Which is
delicious.
the dragon's milk with 4 ounces of chocolate port on top.
Oh, is that how that goes? Okay.
You take a 12-ounce bottle of dragon's milk, you pour the dragon's milk into a glass, and then you put 4 ounces of chocolate port wine into the glass.
Oh, yeah, that sounds rough for me, but I'd give it a go.
It's good. It's really good.
Yeah,
Get yourself a really good chocolate port, though. Like it.
Yeah.
It matters. I did mine with a deep Malbec, and that was. I think that's what I started Mixology March with this last month. I might have done an old fashioned, and then I did the Braithorn brew, but I couldn't find like a really good chocolate port wine, and so I went, you know what? Let's go with a Malbec port, and that was also a good decision. It was also like a $60 bottle of Malbec, so
that'll help.
It was really good.
Oh, dude, did you ever see that video about Kaiser, Oregon, and the bricks and minifigs store?
I saw something about that.
Dude, it was all over the internet. I could not help. I got sucked into the rabbit hole, dude. But yeah, there's the bricks and minifigs.
Okay.
Store in Kaiser that
I am aware of that store.
Yeah, dude, you drive past it all the time, you know, and they had.
Oh my god! I didn't realize that was connected to that other story. Oh my god.
Yeah, dude. So for those who don't know, so it's been kind of this crazy thing. So this creator on YouTube named Reckless Ben, who kind of seems, I don't know, he seems to do like kind of pranky type videos and stuff, but he did an 1.5 hour long video about because this guy gave a $200,000 Star Wars Lego collection to this Bricks and Minifigs location on consignment. And it's a franchise. And when the franchise owner wanted to leave business, corporate came in and said, don't worry about the inventory, we'll handle it. And from then on, the collection has been unreachable by the owner. They haven't gotten paid for anything. And so this guy came in and just tried to get the Legos back. And wow, like what a freaking video, dude.
I didn't realize that was local. Oh my gosh.
And it's Kaiser PD in those videos, dude. Like it's
wow.
It's store and location and things that you've all recognized in the video. And then it's like one of the only videos I've watched where I got done and he goes, part 2 is in my Patreon. And I logged off, went on to Patreon, paid money to get onto this guy's Patreon and watch part 2 right then and there, which is just another wild ride that ropes in like the Mormon church and stuff, dude. It's crazy. Anyway, anybody who hasn't seen it, this is mine and Jeff's stomping grounds, kind of over in the Kaiser, Oregon. It is a wild ride, dude. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. The whole thing leaves a bad taste in your mouth. You're gonna be upset, but it is like the true crime documentary of the age, basically, for people like us.
Jeez.
It's one of those videos you could probably put on your TV and sit back with a bowl of popcorn and a cold beer and enjoy a night, you know?
I had seen this pop up in various things. Like I'd seen like a Reddit post of like local store steals 200,000 from local collector, and then when they demanded their money back, they just closed the store to avoid payment.
Yes.
And I went, oh, that sucks. Like what in the world happened?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was literally the local Lego shop.
Yeah.
Holy.
Dude. And you might have seen it because it's been all over the local subreddits and stuff.
Yeah.
The sign that they hung over when they closed down their business, the creator went out and hung a big sign that said, we closed our doors rather than pay this guy the money we owe him, because we steal from old people. Like,
yeah.
Dude, so the sign got a lot of attention from people driving by because that's a busy street there. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Highly recommend. People are already pretty familiar with it in chat, it sounds like. So
yeah, okay. I had seen that one like I said peripherally, but I hadn't like clicked on it and or made the dot connections that
dude.
It was 10 minutes from me.
The worst interactions with authorities are saved for when he leaves Kaiser, dude. But this guy gets flat out arrested and put in jail, has his shoulder dislocated, all sorts of stuff for just trying to get these Legos back.
Wow.
And this dude, the scheme that they come up with for suing these people in small claims court and getting their money back is pretty, like, I don't know if it's legal or not, but it has to be because they won. So I don't know, dude. It's worth watching alone. I'd love to see like Legal Eagles like break down on it.
Yeah,
they do some crazy stuff, but oh man. A flat out like prints a binder with like all of the legal like all of the evidence and all the legality stuff that they're doing to get the Legos back, and the freaking Kaiser PD guys are like thumbing through this big binder. They're just like, yeah, if you don't leave, we're gonna arrest you. It's like, what, dude? Come on. Anyway.
Wow. Well, that sucks.
Yeah. Watch the video though, guys.
Why is Kaiser never in the news for something good?
Yeah, why would it be, man?
It's Kaiser is such a funny little town. Yeah. What's funny is everyone I know from Kaiser is genuinely like some of the best people.
For sure.
But it's a town that exists right next to Salem that wants to mooch all of Salem's public utilities and public services, except the police station. So Salem PD has jurisdiction in Kaiser, so Kaiser doesn't have to fully patrol it, but Kaiser also has PD that don't have jurisdiction within Salem. But they also share fire services, they share electrical services, they share water services, they share all this other stuff, and Kaiser wants it all for free.
Yeah.
Why is it always the
Well,
worst of the politics and the news that comes out of Kaiser?
it's full of like the people who run the show are a bunch of like not in my backyard type of people. And so
Yeah.
because of that, you have this like weird kind of cancerous growth on the side of Salem that is completely devoid of character. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
there's cool stuff in Kaiser, there's a lot of cool people in Kaiser, but the place has no soul.
Yes,
Like,
that is true.
say what you want about Salem, dude, but like take a little cruise through downtown and you know that like people worked really hard to preserve this town center, and like
Yeah.
there's a lot of people who care about what goes on happening there. And like yeah, there's a lot of people who care about what's going on in Kaiser, but they're all people who have absolutely no taste and no soul. And so this place is just like
The HOA chairs
kind of
care a lot about what happens in Kaiser.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's where I'm going with it. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, dude, it's shocking, but
What's funny is there's not even enough money there for them to be that uppity about it either.
yeah, I really don't know like how it comes down, you know, like it's just a bizarre place for that very reason, but what are you gonna do?
It's like, what's the
We do
uppity
gotta-
section of Kaiser? Oh, it's 550,000 for a house. Cool, you're slightly above average.
Well, that's like, you know, for as uppity as it can be, it's like you still have like quite a wealth disparity. You still
Yeah.
have all sorts of stuff like that. It's not like it's this flawless little utopia or whatever.
Yep.
It's just a lot of like not in my backyard. So if there's going to be anything that helps people, it's going to be in Salem, not in Kaiser.
No one has ever said that out loud in that context to me before, and that so tracks.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you know, say what you will about Salem. It's not a perfect place or whatever, but like, okay, if you don't want to live outside, the places where that can happen in Salem, Kaiser area are in Salem. Why aren't they also in Kaiser? Do you think that people that live outside don't also come from Kaiser?
Right.
No. Like,
You don't know when you're transitioning from Salem to Kaiser or back. Like,
yeah.
there's no indication.
Well, the only indication is that the street signs change color, but even then, it's like if you're not paying attention, you're like, oh, this is just a little
Right.
different vibe.
Boy, 30th is a lot longer than I thought it was.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Jay sends over another $5. Thank you so much, Jay. So either Bamboo thinks SFC has a case, or there's something even worse in their code that Bamboo doesn't want to go through discovery. I think it's just that SFC has a case. I think it's that the language in the licensure is very plainly written out as far as what is allowed and what is not when it comes to modification and distribution of a code base, which you pulled from an AGPL license. So I think that's literally the long and short of it, is the SFC has all the leverage in the world because it is their license that they are enforcing. And Zeus, who was, like I said, hanging out in our area over this last weekend, we saw this weekend while we were hanging out and said, oh, cool, a Bricks and Minifigs store. And then it shows up on the news.
Yeah. And there has been another Lego store that's close by in the same area that's been getting a ton of flack, just like collaterally, called Bricks and Beyond or whatever, or like Bricks, something like that.
Yeah.
Beyond Bricks or Bricks and Beyond, and they've been getting a ton of crap, and it's not them. So
Yeah.
everybody beware. Go. It is Bricks and Minifigs.
Yeah. All right.
We do.
Cool. Cool. Hopefully a new video coming out tomorrow. Making my family run Linux, whether they want to or not. Should be fun. One of these days we'll get Rett over to something other than Windows. That'll be fun.
Yeah. A lot of people win a lot of bets that day.
So I brought my new MacBook home, and the first thing I wanted to know is, does it run Morrowind?
It's a good question. I wonder if
OpenMW has a native Mac ARM port.
does it? I was literally just
I
about to
guarantee
search
they
that.
do. OpenMW, let me look it up. I want to be... Yes! Windows, Ubuntu, Debian, Arch, Linux, Fedora, Gentoo, OpenSUSE, Mac OS,
Nice,
Windows, Linux. All of it.
Hell yeah. What is holding me back? Let's go.
Yeah. By the way, native Mac ports for Apple Silicon and Intel both.
Wow.
Look at them.
Now we're cooking, dude.
Rett, you should talk to Vince about his M5 Max machine, his MacBook Pro. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. People keep telling me about that.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty sick.
Novella says Bath bricks and beyond. All right. Well, I think that's a show. Rhett, anything that you're working on that's kind of exciting that people need to know about? What's going on in your world?
Not much, dude. I got my monthly newsletter, Heavy Metal Daydreams. It'll be coming out. The next edition will be coming out here, I don't know, a few days, maybe a week. That's available with the Scribe and Sigil Amateur Press Association. What else? Oh, my band, the Marionberries, we're going to be hopefully playing the main stage at Make Music Day Salem down at the Riverfront Park. So if anybody is in the area on Sunday, June 21st, come on down, watch us shred the sixth string, and also I'll have cassette tapes. If anybody wants cassette tapes, those will be around. And that's the big stuff. Otherwise, find out what I'm doing. dndpodcast.org, redisawesome.com, etc., etc.
Cool. Zeus sends over a last minute $5. Thank goodness Jeff didn't mention BSD in the OpenMW list, otherwise Vince would have started foaming at the mouth. Probably. I did, while Rhett was talking, do a Control F and search for BSD. It's not on there. So there is no BSD port of OpenMW. Vince, I think that's a golden opportunity to help contribute back to the community.
Oh my God. Vince, let's go.
And I think that's going to do it for episode 434 of Talking Heads. Join us every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific time for the latest in beer and tech news right here on YouTube. Drop the video a like, subscribe, do all the integration and engagement things that help the algorithm and help get the podcast in front of more eyes. It is all very much appreciated. Join the Patreon, patreon.com/craftcomputing. That will get you exclusive access to my Discord server. You can chat with myself as well as the rest of the hosts from Talking Heads and all the awesome community that hangs out there throughout the week. And it is quite a great community, if I do say so myself. Not biased at all. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching. And as always, we'll see you next week.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.